Hi dear students, welcome back to biology classes. In this video, let us continue with chapter 2, that is sexual reproduction in flowering plants. This is the 7th video from this chapter. In this chapter, let us discuss about the structure of typical embryo sac in angiosperms. Okay. Now, what is another name for embryo sac? The another name for embryo sac is female gametophyte. The female gametophyte is also known as embryo sac. Where do you find this embryo sac? Look at this. In the previous video, we learnt about the structure of megasporangium or ovule. Okay, in the ovule, this is the nucellus. Within the nucellus encircles the embryo sac or female gametophyte. This part I have enlarged here. This diagram or image that I have taken it from your textbook so that it will be helpful for you to understand the structure. Okay, so here there are two ends. One is salazal end and another one is micropylar end. What is this salazal end and micropylar end? Look at this. This is the ovule. Okay, at this end there is a chalaza. Hence, this part of the embryo sac is known as what? Chalazal end. Okay, whereas this is the micropyle. You can recall the structure of ovule. There is a small opening left by the integuments. Okay, so this opening is known as what? Micropyle. Okay, this end of the embryo sac, this part of the embryo sac is known as what? Micropylar end. There is a characteristic distribution of the cells within the embryo sac. There are 7 cells and 8 nuclei in the embryo sac. Which are those 7 cells? There are 3 antipodals, 2 synergids, 1 egg and 1 central cell. Okay. Now let us learn about the characteristic distribution of the cells within the embryo sac. At the chalazal end, the 3 cells, they group together to form antipodals. Okay. So these are the 3 cells. This is 1, this is 2 and this is 3 cells. Okay, so these 3 cells forms what? Antipodals. Whereas in the micropylar end, there are 3 cells together constitutes egg apparatus. Which are those 3 cells? That is egg and synergids. Okay, so there are 2 synergids and 1 egg. Okay, so this is the egg cell here. Okay, and there are 2 synergids. This is 1 synergid. Okay, and this is another synergid. These 2 synergids and egg cell together constitutes egg apparatus. Okay, then the synergids have the special cellular thicknings and these cellular thicknings are known as filiform apparatus. Which are the filiform apparatus? So you look at this here very clearly, you can observe there are some thick cellular thicknings present in both the synergids. Okay, so these cellular thicknings are known as filiform apparatus. What is the function of the filiform apparatus? The function of the filiform apparatus is when the pollen tube enters into the embryo sac, here the pollen tube enters into the embryo sac at this region, okay, it guides the entry of pollen tube into the synergids. And in the center there is a central cell. Get this? Is a large cell in the embryo sac. This cell is known as central cell. So the central cell consists of two nuclei, and these two nuclei are known as polar nuclei. Okay, so remember the three cells at the salazal end constitutes antipodals, okay, and three cells at the salazal end constitutes the antipodals, okay. Then this is the central cell, which consists of two polar nuclei, and there are two synergids and egg cell, okay. So therefore the typical embryo sac in angiosperm is 7-celled 8-nucleate. Which are those 7 cells? 3 antipodals. Let me write here. 3 antipodals plus 2 polar nuclei plus 2 synergids and egg cell okay. So there are 7 cells in the embryo sac and 8 nuclei in the embryo sac. Which are the 8 nuclei? 3 nuclei from the antipodals, 2 nuclei from the central cell, that is 2 polar nuclei, then 2 nuclei from synergids, 1 from each, and 1 nucleus from egg, okay. So this is the structure of typical embryo sac. Here you need to practice the diagram of embryo sac. This black and white diagram I have mentioned, I have taken it here so that it will be easy for you to draw the diagram. Thank you.